So finally I bought the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But here's the funny part, I'm buying this phone almost 10 months after it launched, when a lot of people are already waiting for the next iPhone. So the raw question is, does it still make sense to buy the iPhone 17 Pro Max right now? In this video, I'm going to show you the unboxing experience, show you the colors I picked, test the camera, test the zoom, and share my honest first impressions. This is the blue iPhone 17 Pro Max, and this one is the US eSIM version. I know a lot of people usually buy phones right when they launch, but I wanted to look at this from a different angle, because honestly, buying a phone months later can actually makes more sense. You have time to see people's review and you can make a better decision. But at the same time, the next one is already getting close. So you start asking yourself, am I buying this too late? That's what I want to find out. Let's go ahead and unbox it. First impression, the packaging is clean, very minimal, very Apple. Honestly, this color looks really beautiful in person. Before buying it, I wasn't completely sure which color to choose. I actually checked out the other colors in person, the white, the orange, and this blue one. And seeing them side by side actually helped me decide. The white looks clean. The orange is bold, but for me, this blue had the best balance. It looks premium, but it's not too loud. And now that's what I have in my hand. I don't regret choosing this color at all. Inside the box, you get the USB Type-C cable and the paperwork. And because this is the US eSIM version, there is no physical SIM tray or no SIM ejector tool in the box. That's something to keep in mind depending on where you are buying from, especially if you still prefer using a physical SIM card. After unboxing it, I powered it on and went through the setup process. And right away, the first thing you'll notice is how premium it feels. It has that solid Pro Max feeling. It's big, yes, but it doesn't feel cheap or uncomfortable. The design is clean and the finish looks really nice. And the blue color looks even better depending on how the light hits it. This is the kind of phone that immediately feels like a flagship when you pick it up. After setting it up, I took it outside to test the cameras. Now, I'm not going to pretend this is a full long-term camera review yet. This is more of my first hands-on camera test. Photos, videos, zoom, and some low-light shots. I'll also put the camera settings I use on the screen so you can see exactly what you're looking at. These first clips are straight out of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I haven't edited the colors, I haven't added any filters. This is basically what the phone gives you directly from the camera. Of course, YouTube compression may affect the final quality a little bit, but this should still give you a more good idea of what to expect. In good lighting, the camera looks really solid. The video is stable, the colors look pleasing, and the overall image looks clean. This is one of those things iPhone are usually good at. You can just pull out the phone, record, and most of the time the footage looks usable. For photos, I took a few shots whilst I was out, including some shopping clips and random outdoor scenes. The photos looks decent, the details are good, and the colors are not too crazy. But one thing I'll say is this: even with a good camera, you still need to understand how to shoot. Lighting, angles, and focus still matter. A flagship phone will help you a lot, but it won't automatically make every photo perfect. Later in the evening, around 6 p.m, I also took some photos and videos to see how it performs when the light starts going down. And honestly, it still looks decent. The camera manages the exposure well, and the image still looks clean enough for casual shooting. But again, this is where you really start to see that you need to know how to use the camera properly. If you just point and shoot anywhere, you might not always get the best results. But if you frame your shot well and find good lighting, you can get some really nice photos. Next, I wanted to test the zoom. There was an uncompleted building in the distance, so I used that to test the different zoom levels. I started from 1x, then I went to 2x, then I went to 5x, then I went to 8x. For handheld shots, I think it looks pretty decent. At the lower zoom level, the image stays very usable. Once you start pushing further, you can see the quality changing a bit, but that's expected. Still, for quick shots, when you want to get closer to something without physically moving, it's usable. I also tested the zoom on a bed standing in a distance. This one was handheld as well, so it's not a perfect tripod test. But this is actually more realistic, because most people are not going to carry a tripod every day. They want to zoom out on something they want to shoot. I started wide, then moved to 1x, (2x, 4x, and then 8x. And for the quick video zoom test, I think it did a good job. I also used the iPhone whilst I was out shopping just to capture some real world footage. Nothing too controlled, nothing too perfect, just normal everyday video. And that's the kind of test I personally like, because it shows what the phone can do when you are actually using it in real life. Not in a studio, not with perfect light, just outside, moving around, recording normal things. And from what I've seen so far, the iPhone 17 Pro Max camera is very reliable. So after unboxing it, setting it up and testing the camera a bit, here are my first honest impressions. First, the phone feels premium. Second, the blue color looks really beautiful. I'm happy I chose it. Third, the camera looks very good so far, especially for video. And fourth, even though this phone has been out for a while, it still feels like a proper flagship. But is it still worth buying 10 months later? For me, based on my first impressions, I would say yes, but it depends on your situation. If you need a phone right now and you want a strong iPhone with a good camera system, good video, and a big display, this still makes sense. But if you already have a decent iPhone and you are not in a hurry, then waiting to see what comes next makes sense. So it really depends whether you need a phone right now or you want the latest things. I'm going to keep testing this phone properly over the next few days. I'll test the camera, I'll test the battery, more camera samples, and compare it with other phones later. So if you are planning to buy the iPhone 17 Pro Max or you are not sure which color to pick, make sure to subscribe because I'll be posting more videos about it. For now, these are my first impressions on the iPhone 17 Pro Max 10 months later. And honestly, so far, I like it. If this video helped you out, please do me a favor by liking this video. It helps YouTube recommend this video to other people. And also, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.